Good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa, brand partner with LifeWave's. So this evening I want to share with you more information about the new LifeWave X39 water machine, which is currently available for everyone to purchase. So I am going to share my screen. And first I'm going to share, if you have not heard of LifeWave or anything like that before, I want to share with you X39 phototherapy patch. So if you can let me know in the comments if you're seeing my screen, it should say, have you been patched? And on this site, this website is thisisitinfo.com, and you can learn all about the X39 phototherapy patch. It's kind of like the foundation patch of the company. That's where to get in and start at. So if you haven't heard anything about it, I would start researching X39 and learning more about it on this website. And this again is at thisisitinfo.com. Again, thisisitinfo.com. So from there, you can learn everything you want to know there. But I'm going to now share with you more information on the water machine. And Coach Jim had a great interview with David back in April, and I am going to share that with you. Let's see if I can do it from the live stream and hit play. But this is a good spot where David starts talking about more of the aspects about the water machine. And here, this would be about David.
Is that when you drink this light treated water, it has very profound, novel biological effects. So we can measure when within 15 seconds of people drinking the water, that there are measurable changes that occur that are very favorable inside the human body. So our working hypothesis is that what we're doing is we're creating, because of the X2O process, we're creating these self-sustaining resonant cavities that light or electromagnetic oscillations are being trapped and contained. That may be more information than you wanted to know, but there it is regardless. So this is the method that was patented that I came up with for trapping light in water. So important question now is, what happens when you drink the water? Well, first, we're not going to go through this in great detail because I've done this previously and I want to get to your questions. But we've had multiple bioelectrical tests. So we could have something like EEG, heart rate variability. We have people connected to this. We take a baseline reading, have them drink a glass of water, and the average response time is 15 seconds. You can start to see changes in readings. I think on the first study, the worst that we did was 2 minutes. That was 1 person out of 20. 100% of the people have had measurable changes. In our studies now, it's about 300 people. We have never, not once, been able to see a person that would not respond to X2O. We have people that drink the water and say, well, I don't feel anything. But when you connect people onto equipment, you measure their blood, their urine, 100% of the time, we see a measurable change. Now, some of the things I've been really excited about, because it's so unusual to see this with a water product. We expect improvements in hydration. We can expect improvements in energy and energy flow. But what's really interesting about X2O, because we're trapping 6 different wavelengths of light, we're able to turn on energy production and protein synthesis in the cells. So we see an improvement in metabolism of specific amino acids. We see improvements in metabolism for improving cognition. Glycine, which of course is associated with longevity. It's a backbone for GHK and glutathione. Valine, of course, valine is necessary for muscle protein synthesis, for collagen, proline for collagen formation, alanine, of course, we know forms carnosine and AHK, and leucine is the key amino acid that's going to turn on mTOR, or muscle protein synthesis. And we even see activation of the KP pathway, which is used to manufacture NAD. And of course, a lot of people are interested in NAD these days because it's known to activate two of the sirtuin genes for producing anti-aging effects. Yeah, so that's in fact something that we did measure in an in vitro study. So we saw this in vivo in human beings through metabolism, and also in vitro work that we're getting increases in NAD. So if this is something that you're interested in, I would recommend, instead of buying an expensive NAD supplement, that you just get common niacin. Make sure you have enough vitamin B3 niacin in your diet, and you have the precursor to make NAD. And of course, when we do subjective questionnaires in our clinical study, we have people that report, hey, I drank a glass of X2O, I have more energy. People report improved mental clarity within minutes of drinking X2O. We've even measured improvements in circulation, and the benefits last generally 3 to 5 hours after drinking first glass. So in summary, with X2O, we're going to see improved hydration, and this is absolutely critical for optimum energy production and anti-aging. We're going to get antioxidant benefits from the infused hydrogen. The results are extraordinarily fast. What I recommend is for people to drink the water on an empty stomach. You can sit for a moment and feel the water working its way through your body. We can measure significant improvements in bioelectrical activity in the body. Improvements in metabolism, nutrient absorption. You can take a regular glass of water, put Celergize morning in it, and then you can take a glass of X2O. You'll actually see that the ingredients in Celergize dissolve more easily into X2O than regular tap water. And of course, that's one of the reasons why X2O is part of our product line, is because it complements all of our patches and our nutrition system. So with that, Jim, I'm happy to take any questions.
Great. I'll tell you what, that's some great information. I think one of the questions that comes up the most, especially in those who I'm in contact with, and like I said, I had a large international organization with another company that produced alkaline antioxidant drinking water. How does our system, X2O, differ from theirs? I know how it does, but how would you best tell someone that's having the question from a customer that, how does this compare to the other ionizers on the market today?
Yeah, so of course this isn't an ionizer. And what I would say is that there's many fine products on the market. There's plenty of filtration systems on the market, and those are things that we need. We need to take contaminants out of the water. There's nothing wrong with alkaline water products, water ionizers. That's one category. But where this is different is that this product is designed to produce specific anti-aging benefits. So where this technology differs so radically from anything else is that if we can take the very, very long history of light therapy and some of the modern information that we have today on how to activate the mitochondria, how to turn on collagen production with specific wavelengths of light. My initial concept with this is we've built an amazing company stimulating the skin with light, but what if we could put light inside of the body where we need it? And what if we could use water as a carrier? That way light could go everywhere inside the body. That was the initial thought that got me going in this direction. So this is the only technology that's available where we can put specific wavelengths of light into the body for turning on specific things. And with X2O, the goal is to turn on mitochondrial function, because that's really at the center of everything else that happens in the body.
That's great. Now, as we're looking at the system, there's 2 filters. And I know that some of the biggest concerns we have today are the forever chemicals, the microplastics, the PFASs, PFOSs. How do we do with those?
Very, very well. We're going through additional certification right now where we can make broad claims, but we work with a manufacturer that specializes in high-end water filters. And this was actually a requirement that we had when we were designing X2O. Number one, we wanted to have 2 stages of filtration, not just one. And we had to be able to remove PFOS, PFOAs. We had to be able to remove heavy metals, chlorine, and the first stage of the filter in X2O will do that. The second stage is a carbon block, and that's principally used for generating hydrogen, although it will reduce contaminants in the water as well. But it's the primary stage that removes the forever chemicals.
And then what you're mentioning there with the secondary filter, I have measured the pHs. It's a great pH, you know, and the ORP, the antioxidant level is pretty amazing, and it's pretty consistent. You know, one thing I noticed though is as I drink the water, when I first started drinking, I kind of had it was like a feeling of just peace and relaxation. I don't know how to explain it.
Right.
But one thing I did notice by the second day is that I couldn't wear my glasses anymore. And so I literally went to the optometrist. He said, "You don't need glasses anymore." And so I've noticed a lot of improvements. I'm lifting more at the gym, a lot more at the gym. The shredding the weight, getting and muscle growing. I'm 70 now. You know, it's like,
Oh, wow.
you know,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I'm 77 years old. So if someone is drinking the water, would you recommend 2 glasses in the morning? And would you recommend maybe the first glass just be X2O, and maybe the second glass be X2O Celergize? What would your recommendations be on that?
Yeah, so I would say it depends. It depends on what a person's objective is. So, you know, if an individual is trying to be an Olympic athlete, professional athlete, their goals are going to be very different than, you know, guys like us that are, you know, in their 60s and above that are looking for just anti-aging effects. So really depends on what the goal is. You know, you would say the same thing about diet, but just simply for overall health and well-being, 1 to 2 glasses per day seems to be a good recommendation. What I would be concerned about is someone drinking a glass of water later in the day, 5, 6 o'clock. It may have a stimulating effect where they may not be able to get to sleep. That's happened to me on more than one occasion. So everybody has to kind of judge for themselves, but that would be something that that would be something someone should look for, is if they're drinking the water too late in the day, it may affect the quality of their sleep, actually getting to sleep.
Well, I tell you, and like I said, you know, I'm my worst, best or worst guinea pig. I do drink 12 ounces with Celergize evening at nighttime before I go to bed, and I sleep a solid 8 hours. Don't get up for anything. Just I gotta set the alarm clock because now I sleep throughout the night. Before I wake up with leg cramps all the time, like 3 to 5 times a night with leg cramps. Part of it due to past injuries, you know. But the thing is, I don't get leg cramps anymore. I sleep like a rock. And so
Celergize evening is a special case because, you know, we could make the argument that what it's doing is getting those nutrients into the cell where they're being metabolized. And of course, we know that taurine, nattokinase, theanine, magnesium, that's going to relax the body. So I think we could make that case. That would be an exception.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So that is just a great quick overview from David Schmidt, who's the founder, CEO, and inventor of these LifeWave products and the water machine, and how it's, you know, some of the features of it. So it's light water, and it also has that dual filtration system along with the hydrogen aspect to it. What I also will share here is Coach Jim had on another Meredith on one of his channels. So I will share that now. Let me get to that video. Okay, here's that one now on the screen, and here is Meredith just discussing a little bit. I think this spot will be what she noticed when she used the water machine.
Look at you and just go, I'm sorry, really, Meredith?
So I'm going to just jump ahead a little bit more here.
But others of us, we just need to live our lives, and we just need to say, wow, I just know that my mood is so enhanced. I know that when I drink, my outlook is better. I have more of a positive attitude. I feel a sense of mental clarity, and just everything seems brighter and sharper for hours and hours after I drink it. So again, that's my personal story. So those are the things that you'll want to.
So that was Meredith's personal story on utilizing the water machine. I was blessed to be able to try it for a few days. I don't have mine yet. I'm getting ready to order one here. So I will be putting in that order for a water machine. But I was able to try one out for, I don't think it was quite a week, but maybe 5 days in a row. And the first time I utilized it, I was not using the Cellergize evening product, but I drank the water, and it was after 6 o'clock, I'm guessing, or around that range. So 6 p.m. at night in the evening. I knew what David had said before is that it could impact your sleep and have that. But for me, I actually noticed that it made me tired. So it was great to have in the evening, and I went to bed really well that night, even though I wasn't sleeping in my own bed, because sometimes when you're not in your own bed and you're off on vacation or visiting family and friends, that you're sleeping in a new bed, and it always takes time adjusting. So that helped me fall asleep faster that evening. It did make me more tired. It didn't give me that more energy on that first evening of trying it. Now it did notice something personally. It took me about a half hour. I wasn't doing any measuring of things where David says they have the variety of testing that they're doing on the people, but I did notice my sinuses that first day getting better. I have had lifelong sinus issues and issues with that. So I noticed relief in that area. That's what I noticed, after the first day. Then when I would go back and try it consecutive days after that, and I was drinking that probably somewhere in the early afternoon or late afternoon, depending on when I got to trying it. And I did try to drink at least one glass of it as soon as I could. The machine will dispense 2 15-ounce glasses approximately at a time. So you will get that amount of servings. It takes 45 minutes to go through that process of infusing it with the light. So you will get the dispensed. It will fill one of these jars right to the brim of it. So be careful if you're using a quart-sized jar. It will be filling it right to the top. So you'll want to, get some out of here or drink some right away. I wouldn't necessarily try this full amount. So you may want to, pause it during the dispensing and just start with, depending on how your body reacts to things, you might start out a little bit with less, 4 ounces, and then try 6 ounces and whatnot. But I tried a glass at first. So approximately probably 8 to 10 ounces was in that glass, but it will fill the 4 systems. For the 45 minutes will fill a jar of this size right to the brim. When I was able to fill that, and I would drink, I would say at least half of it, and then I was sharing it with a few other family members to test out the product. But as soon as I would be drinking it, then the next few days after that, I was just feeling like relief from my head. I would notice things in my head and my sinuses. So it was just really a nice benefit. Really hard for me to feel clarity in my sinuses. Over the years, I've spent time doing a lot of variety of things, and I have to either water fast. I have felt it through that, but that's not until a couple of days in, or eating a very restrictive diet is when I have noticed improvements in my sinuses. So it was just a blessing to be able to utilize the machine and have the water relieve some of that for me. Also, so that's, when I was drinking that, I did go away then for the weekend. And then at the end of the weekend, I was able to stop in and get some more water. My mom had noticed that I probably was in need of it. She could tell just by my how I was. She was like, oh, we should stop on our way back home to get some of that light water. So, you can get more relief and you can just feel better. So she could just tell without me even saying anything that I needed that. My father was able to try it. And I know that my mom did mention that she noticed his mood had improved. I need to connect with my dad and see if he had noticed anything else. But that was one thing she had noted from there. So just wanted to share that. I will now share the screen of where you can purchase. So if you go to my website, which is LifeWave.com/Lisa77, and I'll pull that up on the screen here. So that should be on the screen now. So again, the website is LifeWave.com/Lisa77. At the top, you can see you're shopping with me, Lisa Chickadance, up here. And what you're going to do is then just go to the shop menu and you'll see a LifeWave X2O there. Now, if you're not on X39, I would highly recommend looking at that. This is an info site, learn all about X39 again, but then that product is here, and so are some of the nutritional products that they talked about under the Cellergize, which is the morning and evening product that they had mentioned in the video, which those go hand in hand with X39 and the water system. This product line does, so you can find that there. But again, we'll just go to shop and X2O, and here's where you can learn more information on that. Currently, they do have, so that was shop, okay. And that will just bring you to the shopping section of it. It looks like where you can purchase it, the variety of things. I'm trying to see, I know somewhere you could find out a little bit more. So if you want to find out the key benefits, usage, and all those kind of things is here. Frequently asked questions. That's a great resource to go to and find out more about that. They have a video on how to set up your water machine when you find it there. But currently there also is, I'm going to see if this brings me to another, nope, that's the same site. But this is where you can go, directly to find out about that. On the main website, if you go back up, I clicked on the water LifeWave again, but here it says introducing X2O water infused. So here you can find a little bit more. And if you scroll down on here, currently there is a video on here, which I'm going to just play that. It's a quick overview video, which is neat on this product.
Water sustains life, but what if it could do more than hydrate? What if it could deliver light directly into the body? Introducing the LifeWave X2O water technology system, the first and only water technology system that infuses water with light. LifeWave X2O is a category-defining technology that transforms how we experience water through the power of light. Using patented light infusion technology, it energizes every drop of water you drink, releasing light into the body and making it available internally in a way never before possible. Every drop is transformed before it reaches your glass. The result is hydration optimized at the cellular level, supporting metabolism and nutrient absorption, supporting bioelectrical activity, energy levels, and circulation, enhancing wellness and vitality. For many, the impact feels immediate, results in seconds, helping to optimize key physiological functions, with some reporting effects occurring within seconds of consumption. And through hydrogen infusion, delivering antioxidant properties that support the body's natural defenses. When hydration works at the cellular level, you feel it where it matters, in how you move, in how you perform, and in how you recover. Designed to amplify the benefits of LifeWave's non-transdermal patches and Cellergized supplements, it becomes a powerful part of your daily wellness routine. You drink it, you feel it. A new era in cellular hydration, powered by light. LifeWave X2O.
So that is just a nice quick overview video on the product. So I would go to these sites, check them out. I will link in the description to the full video with Coach Jim and David if you want to find out the history of light that David went into and has researched for this product. That is very interesting. But there's a variety of things you can check out here. If you're currently a brand partner, you'll want to log into your back office and you can order the machine through there. Otherwise, you would go to whoever shared this with you, or if you want to go to my site, you would go to lifewave.com/Lisa77 and go to the shop tab and get started on your LifeWave journey. If you're looking for, direct information or finding out more on what direction would be best for you, I do have a link to a wellness quiz there that can be beneficial. So just feel free to connect with me that way and take that quiz, and then I'll get back to you. And we can connect that way and set up a time to meet if we want to meet, or connect via text. But have a great evening and enjoy getting out and getting some morning sun tomorrow morning. I would recommend getting out into that sun and letting your body get that nutrition from the light. Have a blessed evening.